Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday edition of Your View. My name is Muriah Afolabi Brown, and as always, I have my lovely co-host here. Ooh, why are you laughing? What's the problem?
The bright colors is making everyone very
Yeah,
happy.
It's a bright Tuesday morning.
Yeah, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm very well. I'm so happy to be back.
Yes. How was your trip? Your family?
Fantastic, fantastic.
She was in Kaduna?
No, I was in
Kano,
Kano.
sorry,
I was
Kano.
in Kano, and there's so much peace in the north. I'm telling you,
Oh,
you
wow.
cannot compare.
That's not what we
northern
hear.
lifestyle and
That's not what we hear
Lagos
here.
lifestyle.
We hear something else.
No, you people are the ones carrying Boko Haram on your head, though. The people that are living there, they are living their normal lives, and
That's in
everything
Kano,
is
Sha.
just, fantastic. So I'm happy to be back.
You're so lucky. You were able to go somewhere very
Yes, so-
peaceful.
What's
you
all
know?
these
Fine.
marks on your body?
Yes, so
Lali.
we did the Hausa thing,
Eh.
I wish the one on your leg is pretty pronounced, but I won't let you ask you to put it on your head on the table. Yes,
Good morning.
Mama Gufran,
Ma'am,
how you doing?
very fine, thank you.
Anything
morning.
hanging? Anything you want
I
to give
have,
us?
this is what it feels like to have too many children. My sister's children and Gufran, all three of them. Yesterday when I got home, it was like,
Oh wow!
a
I heard
stadium.
you shouting and shouting over the phone.
She kept crying and saying, beat me, I beat you, tell my mommy.
It's crazy. In my house, I have a lot of children in my house, on my compound too. So I understand what you're going through. Hey, girlfriend.
Hi.
You look nice and bright also this morning.
Yeah.
You're loving the hair.
Yeah.
Please make it. We want to see all through this week.
I'm
Please.
loving the hair also.
How you doing?
I was well rested yesterday. I started learning to cook all sorts of intercontinental dishes. I'm making lasagna. You know, you girls should come
How
over
many
for.
cheese do you use?
Yeah,
Ricotta?
yeah.
cheese
There's
do you
a lasagna thingy that you just used, and you just want to put extra cheese, to make it really nice.
I love
You
making
should
lasagna.
come
Oh,
over.
no problem. I used to make it very well. I mean,
Someone
I
is
love lots of
working.
cheese. All right, we have a news mention. The wife of Enugu State Governor, Mrs. Clara Chime, remember her? Last year, quit the governor's lodge and sparked controversy after she alleged she was forcefully confined in the government house. Has apologized, though, for her actions. In the letter she personally released to Daily Sun, Mrs. Chime told Enugu women that Governor Sullivan Chime is still her darling husband. And the same good man she told them about when she was around. Very interesting matter. Did this woman causing all this wahala for us last year? We're all defending the woman.
The
Now
exact
she
same
says
thing.
she's sorry.
You know, that is exactly what she did last year also. After calling Femi Falana and complaining and everything, when he got into the newspaper, her husband brought her for a press release. And then she was very calm and subdued. And then she was saying that she didn't really call him like that she just wanted to say that they're holding her too much, but that she's really okay with her husband. Now, I'm thinking all of this is political. You're coming out to come and say, my husband is the most fantastic. And in her report, she kept on repeating, whatever political decisions he's making, please support him.
Support him.
Imagine.
Thank you.
So it's a political move.
It's just,
Muriah.
Let's not dwell too much because the news mentioned, but it's a political move. That's what we're going on.
all.
All right, we move on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go through the front pages of the newsletters. Please don't go anywhere. Right back. Welcome back. We're going to start with the punch. The major headline: Army, Boko Haram in fierce battle for Bama. Soldiers killed 59 insurgents. Security source says military imposes curfew on Maiduguri. A picture here of health officials screening commuters for Ebola at Abali Motor Park in Port Harcourt. Chime redeploys impeached deputy governor to civil service. Port Harcourt elderly woman test positive for Ebola. Voters without permanent cards won't vote in 2015. Open your ears. Customers shun others' banks' ATM over 65 naira charge. All right. Ebola story is all over the papers and Boko Haram, so we'll come to it later. Let's talk very quickly about the fact that INEC is saying categorically, listen, if you do not go and get your PVCs, you cannot vote. And you're just someone was just telling me that you don't need to actually register afresh. I actually thought you had to register afresh. So what's the plan? You have to use your...
registered during the last elections. You simply need to use that temporary registration card you have to get a permanent voter's card. That's all. But for those that like of us that we did not register,
misplaced it. What have you even misplaced it?
You can't re-register.
if it's misplaced, there's also provisions for you to get another one.
Because you're
But they will
supposed
just
to
check in their data what they have, and then
Do you know where we go to do these things? Do you have an idea?
for Lagos, I don't know.
But the issue I have is that where I registered was in Magodo. And if I'm not in Magodo anymore, what happens?
You have to go and vote in Magodo. Yes, now that's what they do
Yes,
now.
no.
You go to that
Well,
area.
that's what I'm
No, but that doesn't make sense. 4
It
years
doesn't make
after.
sense.
Unless you re-register, because what I understand, I'm in Koshofe, I registered in Koshofe. I'm not in, well, I'm still in Koshofe actually, but
They
you
need
go
to
to the
give
local
us more
government.
information.
Because
They're
this
saying that the deadline is December 2014. They need to inform us more about
True,
it.
we'll get that information because I'm sure the information is out there. It's just that because it's in the papers, that's why we're mentioning it very briefly now. But certainly we have to get more information on it. Now banks are shunning their ATMs. They don't want to. What's 65
Yes,
naira?
no.
Come
No,
on.
no, no,
Don't
no,
say
no,
that
no.
to
Morayo.
Listen, it's after the third withdrawal, not like
Yes.
every withdrawal. So come on, man, you have to withdraw 3 times.
Let me tell you why. Now, to encourage us to go cashless, the cashless thing wasn't really working. So lots of people now had to be using their ATMs. Because I go with my card to a supermarket, it doesn't swipe, no network. Oh, madam, just wait, let me quickly go to ATM. I wouldn't have done that if I was carrying cash on me initially. So lots of us are depending on
Let
ATMs
me tell you
more.
what I'm reasoning. I'm saying that first of all, if you want to, for you to withdraw, it is when you withdraw 3 times, right? It's the third time you're charged. Now, if you're going to withdraw 3 times, it is likely you're withdrawing 20,000 naira 3 times. That means you have minimum 60,000 naira in your account. If you have 60,000 naira, I'm saying you can afford 65 naira. So why are you going
you're a market
card?
woman.
No, don't say what
Don't
we
say
can
that.
afford.
The truth is that
It's
you
not
know,
all of
first
us that
all,
are
I said something
salary
that
earners.
this ATM is already the move is already faulty because you shouldn't put a limit that it should be 20,000. Why can't I, even if I'm going to another bank, why can't I just withdraw maybe 50,000 all at a
The
go?
limit
Maybe
is
it's
for
not
security.
like-
The limit is
No.
for security because you can lose your card. So a friend of mine lost her card and immediately she started getting alert. Someone was taking her money. That person didn't have a pin.
All right, let's not spend too much time. We'll move on. We'll talk about it on that time because we still, this ACMC is going to continue. Moving on to the nation, major headline. 2015, PDP divided over Jonathan's endorsement. Boko Haram, 40 insurgents killed in battle for Bama. EFCC arrest hackers of bank system. And Osaze out for the rest of the season. Woman tests positive to Ebola as Nigeria seeks drug from Japan. Okay, EFCC arrest hackers of bank system. Did anybody read that
Seriously,
article?
I read the story. The 3 guys had a particular software they needed to use to hack the bank, and they needed an insider to help them. So they had involved one of the staff of the banks to just help them connect that thing to one of the HOPs of any branch.
And he ratted
then
them
they would
out.
start taking out money. But fortunately, the guy wasn't like
Yeah,
that.
he ratted them out
He-
to the
he-
management.
yes, to management
But it's
EFCC.
interesting that the thieves these days are getting more technologically
Yes,
inclined.
no.
It's not just normal, just go and carry bag Ghana Moscow.
Yes,
They're
no.
actually
That's the thing that comes with all this online banking, internet banking. Of course, a lot of people, because that's what happens abroad. Your card, you just wake up, there's no money in your account because
Yes, so-
somebody has replicated your exact same card and is using it.
Yes,
we
no.
must celebrate. Okay, we must celebrate Boko Haram. Sorry, the fact the
the
soldiers.
armies, yeah.
They actually did a fantastic job, and I think when they do well, we should clap for them.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job.
They stopped Boko Haram from taking over Bama
Because
which
they're
was-
putting their lives at risk. We must even appreciate them more than the people who are equipped and fighting,
Yeah.
in developed countries.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Well done. I think they did a fantastic job.
Sorry, Osaze's story.
Yes, you were going to talk
He's
about that.
injured. So does it mean that between now and the
He's
next
not
season he won't play any game and all that because he had a serious
It's the risk of football.
a serious knee injury and
Wow.
I'm
So
really
that
I feel my heart goes out to him.
Sorry, Osaze Pele. Moving on to Daily Sun. Major headline. Lamido, no way for Jonathan in 2015. Ebola, federal government applies for Japanese drug. I'm also scared of me, says Daniel. That's Benga Daniel. My Boko Haram story by ex-Borno Governor Chief Sheriff. And, interesting story, will end PDP's 15 years reign, APC. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Give us your candidate.
That is
APC.
what you've not brought out your candidate. You are
Let us-
saying that
let
you
us-
would,
let us know who your candidate
you would
is.
end 15
Because
years reign.
when I read the article, like you're saying what we already know: corruption in the country is this. That. Yes, we know that.
Visionless.
Yeah,
We want to end the visionless.
we know that.
Party and all that.
Who is the candidate who wants to do it?
That
That's
will
all.
bring division.
APC, that's the cocoa of the matter, please. That is not what you hear in the newspaper, in the front pages. But let's pick another story in the Sun. Somebody read this Boko Haram story? The XG?
Yes, the former governor was saying that Boko Haram started far back from before he took over government, and the Australian negotiator trying to indict him is faulty. He's just trying to defend himself. Really.
Did anybody read the article on Sule Lamido saying that Jonathan cannot have the Northwest?
Yes, because he's saying that they shouldn't, that for him, he wants to contest. So it's not an automatic ticket from his own
Constituency.
side. Yes, so they have to go to the primaries, and he wants to come out for presidency. So
Okay, under which party?
PDP, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's saying no automatic
Yes, it's not
ticket.
an automatic approval for Jonathan. He has to come
To the
and they will
primaries.
do the
Let's not waste our
together.
time.
Okay.
We didn't see all the rallies.
All right, major Vanguard, headline and Vanguard. Expect more Ebola viruses cases. That's federal government. 17 confirmed cases nationwide. 271 under surveillance. And no more. That's other high-risk corpse for burial. Sister quarantined. EVD not over, but we are in control, says Fashola. 54 fear dead as military repels attack on Borno town. 2015, trouble brews in INEC over 9 billion naira ballot paper contract. And impeach Enugu deputy governor deployed to civil service. All right, let's talk about Ebola very quickly. What we are told now is that the wife obviously is in quarantine. There's a woman, an elderly woman that's also
That was in the
That-
hospital.
Yes,
Where
jejely.
the doctor was treated.
Yeah.
And now she's contacted him. Meanwhile, the doctor and the pharmacist who were also quarantined,
They've been let go.
Not let
No,
go, yes,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
negative, but
yeah.
they're going to retest them. You know, you have to continue.
the third phase. They've done the first
Yeah,
and second phase. The
yeah.
third phase, they need to do that.
But they've been negative, so that's a good thing. At least out of 3, you know. I don't know.
But they were sad that the federal government is saying that, listen, there's still a high risk out there.
270 something people under surveillance. You never know what will come up with.
The story I wanted to even pick is the fact that, I don't know if you guys heard, it's been flying all over. The private schools are trying to protest that they shouldn't
Shut down.
shut down the schools until the 13th. Surprisingly, yesterday, we are not ready for Ebola. Yesterday, a friend of mine was telling me that her daughter almost went to, you know where they dispense the hand sanitizer, and she was putting her tongue there.
Yeah.
I wanted to lick the dispenser, that she wanted to know what it tastes like. The truth is that everybody should just be patient with the federal government. The minister is working. Hopefully, we'll be
And
able to
that is
contain
what
it, because when children go back to school and there's an outbreak, God forbid, it will not even be what we are saying.
Yes.
So
I think that's, and I'm glad you mentioned the dispenser thing, because the gentleman that came yesterday was trying to make us understand that the reason for the extension is so that teachers can be properly trained
yes.
on how to manage the situation whenever if it occurs at all, and so that children also are aware of what to do with the sanitizers and how to wash their hands. So it's a good thing that that you mentioned that example. But anything else on Ebola? I know. It's scary.
Yesterday, we were saying that they had a political rally, they're keeping children out of school. And someone was saying, yes, adults know how to go and sanitize their hands. Children, they're very vulnerable, you know.
Yeah.
You have protective measures there, and instead of protecting themselves, they are going to put them out there.
Yeah.
You know, so we should be patient. I agree with Uwa.
All right, final paper this morning, The Guardian. Lagos clears 8 of Ebola. Talked about Ebola a bit. National Assembly yet to receive confab report, says Tambuwal. Troops kill 45 insurgents. We talked about that already. Enugu swears in new deputy governor Nwoye. All right, confab is saying they've not received their report.
this we should not miss it.
Also,
National Assembly, I say they've not
National
received their
Assembly,
let's talk about the Enugu.
That Enugu story. You missed out the story.
Go ahead. I didn't know you want to talk about it.
He went to he's sending the ex-deputy
Yes,
governor
to civil service.
to civil service, and I'm wondering,
A
is that a
demotion.
fair deal? Then again, I think if I'm in the man's position, I'd rather just go and sit down in my house.
Can't you
and wait
resign?
for my entitlement?
Eh,
Because now all these people that are in civil service, like the commissioners and all that, they've been reporting to him. Do you understand? So now he wants him to go back to
go and be reporting.
to go and be reporting to
No,
someone else.
for me,
I
why
don't-
it's so unfair is that Governor Chime was out of this country on sick whatever.
For many
And
months.
he made unofficial, and this man covered for him for such a long time. What is the offense that this man could have committed with this poultry family?
Yeah, I think it's just a
That, you know,
personal. it's
He
just a
also
personal
had a
beef.
poultry farm with this Governor Chime. It's so unfair.
It's
they
very
said-
unfair.
Yeah, well, he said that the deputy was was, what was the word he used? That he just refused, he didn't obey him anymore. There was a word,
Insubordination.
insubordination. That was the issue
The wife
that
too.
he had.
It's
Can
not
you
fair.
imagine?
Me, I
That's a
just
powerful
think it's
man.
not fair.
So you are now
And all of a
treating,
sudden, you're swearing in a new.
you are treating politics like it's your
It's your birthright.
or your household,
company.
your household, that my deputy cannot talk to me anyhow.
Anyhow, do you understand?
On that note, we're going to close the front page review. When we come back, police arrest foreign nationals over Ebola scare. That's on Hot Topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The late Liberian Patrick Sawyer is infamous for importing Ebola to Nigeria. According to media reports, officers of the Nigerian police from Area A Command and operatives of the Nigerian Immigration Service on Friday raided one hotel and a guest house in Lagos Island, arresting 39 foreign nationals over the Ebola virus disease scare. The foreigners, identified as citizens of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Senegal, were said to be cohabiting in Benin Hotel and one other guest house, both situated on Atere Street in Lagos Island. Now, residents of the area concerned about the increased activities and mass movement of these foreign nationals since the Ebola outbreak alerted the police. What are your thoughts on this? Are we infringing on their human rights to exist and live in whatever country they want to live in? It's your view. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at YourViewTVC. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. All right, we Nigerians, we are known for being the happiest people in the world. We are supposed to be very hospitable. And yet, because of Ebola now, you see people from Congo, Senegal, and you now tell the police to come and carry them. Come on, man.
I don't agree with it at all.
Exactly.
One bit. It's an infringement on human rights of freedom of movement. Now, what you need to do is to make sure that your airports and road ports and seaports are secured, such that everyone coming into your country is screened. If they have high fever, put them under surveillance, test them for Ebola. If they're free, let them go wherever it is that they want to go.
Yeah.
You need to secure
They can't
your
go wherever it
borders.
is they want to go. They can't go wherever it is
Secure your
they
borders.
want to go.
One second.
Jumoke.
Yes, Nima, what is your thought?
Every single right that we have is qualified. There's always a limit to it. Nigerians go through so much harassment abroad when they are immigrants, and when somebody comes from another country to this country, the person now suddenly has all the rights.
No, we're not saying that. We're saying that.
Now we have an outbreak.
Yeah.
A serious scare.
Yeah.
You can't allow you don't expect us to just continue to live like
Does he
it's
have
normal.
Congo written on his face or Senegal? How would you just cause the police to come and round them
A
up?
Nigerian to a Nigerian in the salon brushed me like this and went to sanitize her hand just because she passed by me. And then you see a foreigner that is actually a suspect, and then you welcome and knock the person.
No, this is what. Listen to my point of view.
I'll come to your point of view. Let me hear Uwa's point of view on this matter.
No, on a serious note, I think it's unfair what the Nigerian police did.
Yeah.
Now, it is very natural for you when you go abroad to look for a Nigerian restaurant, to look for a Nigerian community to want
Yeah.
to stay there.
Yeah.
If you go to Anthony, for instance, you will
Yes.
see
The Indian
there's
community.
the Indian people, there's a hotel that
Yeah.
they stay. So I think that I am on the side with Jumoke. These people now that they went to arrest, have they checked how they entered into the country? Were they legal immigrants into the country? Did they
That's
enter the right way? And if they did, why weren't they screened from wherever they entered, as opposed going to just go and infringe their rights? That's what I feel that is stepping on their
And I
rights.
totally agree with you. But on the other end, you see, you can understand the citizens being scared because they know that we protect ourselves. We buy our own generators. We are our own police. We are the only. So if you see somebody who is foreign, you're already feeling scared and insecure that he's in my neighborhood. So I can understand why they will raise that kind of alert. But at the same time, we have to respect people's human rights.
That's all.
There's no abuse of their rights. What I expected police
Arresting
to do,
them.
Arresting them, check them. If they're free, let them go. But that you shouldn't go and check them or arrest them or stop or check it when somebody raises an
Nima.
alarm. No, if somebody raises
Let me
an
hear from
alarm that
Jumoke now.
there are
No,
foreigners living somewhere,
Nima.
if you relax on this issue,
Yeah.
foreigners will keep coming and then they say this area is our area. That is how
Nima.
this man came into Nigeria unchecked.
Nima, the
Oh,
point
Sawyer
I-
guy. Okay.
I raised the point of secure your borders so that the people coming in legally are checked, and then once they're free at the borders, anywhere that they go to, let them have the freedom to go there. You say that Nigerians suffer all over the world. It's true, and we hate it. Nigerians don't like the way we're treated at airports. Why would we do the same to people? Because they're congregating in an environment. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you live in that area? Would you go to that hotel knowing that they are all filled with Senegalese and Congolese?
Guess what? That hotel has always had foreigners there. It's not the first time. It's just the influx that, they are now very many. I hope they are not running from Ebola. Now, I agree that for even security reasons, in my estate, if you start to see strange faces, we'll call the estate security. Now, it's not to go and arrest them. It's to find out what they're doing there. Are they legally there? Where are they coming from? Now, if they're coming from Liberia or Guinea, then you want to send health officials there to check and make sure that they're Ebola free.
But see, isn't that still the problem? Why would you want to send health officials there? Because they are there.
Let's say these people truly have Ebola. Is it the police that are supposed to go there?
God will bless you.
It's not the police that they're supposed to go there. Do you know what it takes?
I think they're also going to call the health officials.
No, they will call the health officials.
After the police have...
Can you go and touch an Ebola patient and be expected that you will not be quarantined as well?
After the police have now been
police have gone there, it would even multiply the disease.
Understand. The truth is that if you were there, the first person you probably call is the police, because which health official? Is it your own doctor you want to call to come and carry
now
the
policemen?
Which health official would you call?
The
so
policemen who are going to arrest Ebola suspects.
They will probably then have access to the health officials to go and bring them over to come and take them.
They arrested them.
Yes.
Did they go in PPE? Answer now.
They don't have it.
God will bless you. So they have you, policeman, with gun to kill rogue. They now say, go and arrest Ebola suspect. So they have come from Senegal. You now go with your gun, no PPE, no protection for you
at all.
I beg you.
You know that
you
know the way our police are. I just feel that it's just an avenue to exploit this foreigners.
Yes, now come and bail yourself.
Very, very unfair.
Come and bail yourself.
Even if these people truly have Ebola, police cannot solve their problem.
As much as I disagree I agree with them that it's not the police that should check.
Yes.
I am happy that somebody checked. Because these foreigners cannot keep saying that Nigeria is a free country for everybody. Imagine so you're looking for hope and you brought all that rubbish here. Now we can't even handle it.
Whose fault was that?
In Port Harcourt.
Whose fault?
Fine.
Okay,
we don't have our borders checked.
But Wale, are you there?
They shouldn't just come here.
Hello, good morning.
Thanks, Wale. Go ahead.
Yeah, God bless you. Yeah, I agree with the view of one or two of you concerning this. You see, what about those people at the border? These people must have come in either through the airport, through the seaport, or through one of the illegal routes, which we are unable to man. Okay? So, but what the government should do is to put people appropriately where people can be screened. Even the police who rush to that place now, supposing one or two of them have Ebola, then they will now come and compact the situation in Nigeria. Those policemen, they have relations, they have wives, they have children, they will just go and donate it to them at home. So, if the police is not the appropriate group to go there at all, and it's not part of their mandate. It's not part of their duty.
God will bless you.
So,
Thank you very much, Wale. Thank you, Wale. Yes.
Murayo,
Wow.
my son, we were in the car. My son now started. He remembered one incident with police. He was now asking me, "Mommy, why did the police why was that policeman asking you to give him money or something like that?" We know the way our Nigerian police are. If at all there was any hint of anything, trust me, if they know that there's Ebola, they will not go there. Policeman will bless you. They will not go there. They will.
So you are suspecting that it wasn't necessary because it was for a different reason?
At all. I think it is more of exploiting the foreigners. Do you understand? And using Ebola as a guise to the thing. Besides, let me tell you something. Okay. You're saying we're infringing on the rights of these people. Nigerians that go abroad, Nima, and they scrutinize them and do whatever. Most of the Nigerians that go there and they suffer those kind of treatment are the ones that went there illegally. There's no Nigerian that has gone abroad legally and
YK has said it here. YK has said it on here.
One second,
Nima, we'll come to you. YK has said it on this table several times that she goes there and they Nigerian passport and they look at her twice.
No. I'm talking about, no policeman will come and arrest you or harass you
as a
when
Nigerian.
you are legally resident in that country.
Okay, let me come to your example.
There was this youth tournament that was supposed to hold whether China. Our athletes had to come back because of the way they were treated. They were treated with suspicion. Now you see a Liberian, a Congolese, whoever, Senegalese, working
Were they
freely in this
arrested
country,
by police?
treat the person with the same suspicion.
All right, I think I have a Congolese on the line. Good morning. Precious.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Yeah. Please, I want to contribute to what people
Go
are
ahead.
saying. Yeah, do you know the problem with Nigeria is that we do the wrong thing at the right time and we did the right thing at the wrong time. Not that the police are not supposed to go there. Because when you hear that some foreigners enter into the country, you know that they might have entered through the airport, seaport and all that. The only thing that they should have done, the people that are in that locality, they did not do any mistake. But the problem is they did not go to the appropriate authority to report. So they should have gone to maybe medical hospital or anywhere to report the issue. And they are the ones to come and check those people. No, what the police did, they know that they always use any opportunity to make money.
That's all.
But they should have at least called the medical people to come and check them.
Okay, point
if
taken.
they have Ebola now, don't you think that it's going to be an express way to spread the disease to many
Fantastic.
people?
Point taken. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, still on Your View. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Welcome back. We're going to start with some tweets. Let's
Okay.
take some tweets.
Falabi Adebakin says our borders are too porous. You cannot blame citizens trying to protect their families. Our governments have misplaced priority. Kazim Omotosha says police went there to arrest them so they can get money from them.
Okay.
Ani Oluwatobi says the police are the only ones that have the authority to accost the foreigners. They only should have gone with health workers. I agree.
1 second. Let me take Kemi's call. Good morning, Kemi. Hello, Kemi. Are you there?
Kenneth.
Oh, Kenneth. Sorry about. Go ahead.
I'm thankful. I'm so happy this morning that I got you people
We're happy to.
because I've been trying to get you people. Each time you raise some issues that will concern me, I will just like, oh, let me call you, and I will keep trying. At the end of the day,
All right. Then. Thank God you got through today. Go
you
ahead.
people are doing a great job there.
Thank you.
God bless you.
All right, sir.
10 seconds.
What I want to say is this: our police men should be very careful because, you know, in this country we are so careless.
Kenneth, you have 10 seconds.
We are so careless. So even if they want to arrest people, they
Yes.
should make sure
It's the health
that
workers.
the head people are dealt
Okay,
first
all right.
before
Yeah.
they can.
Point taken. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Appreciate it. Yes. Well,
Maria, I wanted to say something to Nima. Now, have they not heard of cases of Ebola in America now? The two Americans.
That
Did they
went
not
back
carry
home.
them back to their country?
Yes, yeah, British.
Wait now.
Spaniard.
Thank you, Jumoke. Has anybody come back to say that, okay, because there is a case of Ebola in America, Americans should
Start arresting Nigerians.
No. The Americans should be treated with so much. Listen, let me tell you why they treated our girls in China.
Mura, it's not making sense.
Listen,
to me.
now,
I get it, I
wait,
get it, I
Let
get
her
it.
finish.
Let me tell you why they treated our girls in China that
Yeah.
way. Because they know our Nigerian government.
Yes.
They know we are very, very unserious people
Yes.
in our country. And they know
let
that
me
we don't
reply
take
now.
measures when we're supposed to take
Let me
measures.
reply
That
now.
is
Mara,
why
please,
I
can
don't
I
agree with
reply?
that.
Ebola has entered America. Nobody has-
It didn't enter America.
When that Chinese
These two,
tournament
no, these two
was
were brought
holding.
in. They had Ebola. They brought them in and they took them straight to confinement.
So why are people not scared?
Who did not
Let
see the
them-
way they were brought in?
Yes.
From Liberia,
From
the way
Liberia.
they were gathered and wrapped up in a particular kind of,
PPE.
you won't try. They carried them
Yes.
in a particular, took them all the way. Even the Spaniard, the priest.
Yes.
See the way I saw the video
So,
of how he landed in his country.
Ebola did not
They
enter
wrapped him
America,
up in a
trust me.
particular kind of coffin. With,
We have to, you know, we have to,
Don't tell me that thing.
Even if Murayo, even
And
if
at
they
the
wrap-
time,
hold
they
on,
were
Nima.
treating us badly in China. Let me finish. Those girls, even the outbreak in Nigeria was just, it was still limited to Sawyer and the doctor. It was still just a starting case. It was just a new case then.
Because they know our country.
No, you can't say that. No, no, agree with you. I will not agree with you. You can't say that.
Listen, if we had wrapped soya into Nigeria, the way they wrapped those people will still be scared of Nigeria.
I don't
because
agree
we
with you.
take things for granted. That's what I'm saying.
All right, on that note, we have to end this segment. Can we take one more tweet before we go?
Now, wow, for Nigeria, how can we let them stay? Or are they trying our patience? Deport them, I beg. That was Andy.
What happened to your hospitality ness? All right, balancing our career and healthy lifestyle is next on Let's Talk. Don't go anywhere. We have Dr. Moni in the house. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This season, Art Express paints the expressions of coordinated mastery, symphonies unmatched, and rhythmic steps in time. Bringing arts and the art to the threshold of awe. I am Tolulope Lamidi. Join me on the Arts Express every Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. right here on Television Continental.
Hi, I'm Lola, and my diary is a pack of fun. You know, like I always say, being out and about is not an option. It's a lifestyle. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, hey, Lola, aren't you part of your diary? Please tell Lola, this time we're going to all the events together.
Is your wedding, birthday, or corporate event the talk of the town? Event Diary is all you need to showcase the glamorous and beautiful moments. For bookings, please call 01-738-7720 or 0708-066-8004 or visit Television Continental Commercial Department, 1 Continental Way, FCMD Road, Ikosi, Magodo, Lagos.
Lagos, the economic capital of West Africa. With a population of more than 20 million people, a lot of things happen here, but not all are well reported. From the island to the mainland, from the government house to your street, Inside Lagos brings you Lagos news in the most informative and entertaining way. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, and this is Inside Lagos. Showing on the station every Monday at 2:30 p.m.
Hi, my name is Labi Olayori, and I'm the host on the LABI show, where we talk about relationship, family values, love, money, passion, everything. And it runs every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. and Friday night at 11 p.m. That is strictly for the adults. I'm waiting. The people you'd like to see, the issues you want discussed, the questions you'd like to ask, and the answers unpredictable. On your non-diplomatic, hard-talk interview program, Fireworks, where we put leaders, captains of industries, and public office holders on the spot. Fireworks on TBC.
Welcome back. There is so much hustle and bustle in Nigeria that in our efforts to create wealth and comfort, we often neglect our health. So, how do we balance work and healthy lifestyle? We brought again our Dr. Monique.
Therapist.
Thank you. We got back. So you know what? We don't talk much.
No, I don't even want you guys to talk because they harassed me so much, and it's like they were just shouting, they were just making noise. You guys didn't say anything. So we're going to roll now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone. I appreciate all your calls. But this morning we really need to boost our immunity. I had a chart that I was actually trying to describe to us last week, but we couldn't finish it. I don't know how far you have gone with it, but let me remind you that Thomas Edison told us that the doctors of the future, they will give no drugs any longer. They want to concern themselves about the prevention of those diseases. And that's why we say that when you are sick, these days some doctors will ask you, what exactly is the problem? They won't start giving you those drugs now. And also, Hippocrates also said that. He says to us, he's the father of medicine. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine your food. We're going back there now. And I remember telling us last week, that thing that is coming into your system, is it going to poison you? Is it going to leave you the way you are? Is it going to promote your health? So we had it up to that. So because you are a living being, you need to promote your health all the time. Who are you? We said that last week. For people that are watching for the first time, spirit, soul, and body. Muslim, Catholic, whatever, Christian, soul and spirit, fed. But the body, the casing that is housing it, what are you doing to it? I remember mentioning that your cream, your soap has nothing to do with it.
It's
no matter how expensive. Yes, that's why we say, natural therapy world, you are what you eat. That is what makes who you are. This is the 13th layer that you have, that we care so much about. The remaining 12 that is underneath, what are you doing about them? So we need to know that. I think we've covered that. Then the immunity. People say immune system, what is it? Fuel and engine oil. They say, Monisola, I have started again, but that's it. The quality of the blood in your system and the quality of the water is what makes who you are. So if your blood is too thick or too thin, you are not healthy.
Your urine is too thick.
If you're or colorful, yes. I talked about hydration. Maybe sometime we'll come and treat hydration the way you can deal with it naturally. And also, when it has to do with your water, that's why I brought this bottle here now. If you have this is like a single glass, 8-ounce glass that we have at home. In the morning, you have this, you drink one of this with your piece of garlic that I said in the morning.
I've done it.
Thank you very much.
That cannot work.
Don't waste my time, Morayo. You have started.
That cannot work.
Mind yourself.
Go ahead.
You know, my people there, don't mind Morayo. We said this is like my glass at home. That's your tall glass. You have one of this. Then you have this garlic like this, chopped into pieces. Don't take ordinary water in the morning, because by the time you're waking up, your immune system wants to wake up with you too, and you want to do some elimination. We quickly get to that. So by the time you put your antibiotics, antifungus, I say read up on your garlic and know what your garlic can do for you. So you do this when you wake up first thing in the morning like that. That has gone. Then I went to my moringa. Thank you. So what you need is what is Jumoke. No, I have an apostle now.
It's difficult now. Wait, I don't have a husband. Where the garlic? He will stop your husband. You're right. Garlic. The problem.
Excuse me. People that are in dialysis center, they sit down there. They don't know time. Now you are quiet. That's it. So you see, I'm a Yoruba girl. You prioritize. While I was growing up, my father had his basket for food that she will now put the handkerchief. Excuse me.
Sorry, ma.
What am I saying here? You give your life priority. All of us are sowing seed now. The seed I've sown in the last 9 years of my life is what I'm reaping now today. Fantastic. And that's why I'm not ashamed to tell anybody my age, because they say this is what it is. Do you understand? The quality of my hair on my head, this is my hair, it is not waved on. I don't wear them. That's why I appreciate you guys going natural now. Auntie Yenny, God bless you wherever you are. Okay, that looks beautiful. But what are we saying here? You now have your moringa. Moringa now, I said, Google it and see what it does for you. It is your vegetable. Because your vegetables, they nourish your body, while your fruits, they cleanse your body. Your vegetable is this. Your vegetable is the cabbage that I brought today and your carrots that I brought today. But last week we did pineapple juice. That's why I brought this pineapple for us to see. That's the body cleanser. You shouldn't be taking fruits all the while. So you just be cleansing your body without nourishing. So for those of us that are career people in quotes, we have some natural green supplement that we call super green. I won't bring that because I won't pay for advert. Do you understand? So, but we have this one that everybody knows. This is natural hair. So once you take your moringa, you have taken like Jesara, the first one in the morning. Your tummy is not stretched. Those of you that call that a big tummy and everything, because this is the size of your stomach, for instance. You put yam and egg, bread and whatever. You stretch the stomach in the morning. In the afternoon, your rice and the dead body of the vegetable you cooked 2 months ago, lying in the mortuary, you use that one in the afternoon. You stretch it again. In the evening, you get home at about 11 o'clock at night with your amala fele with a wedu that you cooked 2 months ago. A dead body, the wedu is already looking like your trouser. Then you stretch it again. So you are stretching this sack 3 times a day. How do you want to shrink it in? But when I say to you that in the morning time, you are eliminating. Everything that God has given to me in nature has every percentage of the nutrients that my body needs at that point in time. So once I put liquid, I still have my sac intact. It is not stretched. So it's contracting one after the other. So by the time I have my meal of the day, which is the very large one that we encourage you to have between 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock, you now extend it. So by the time you finish digestion, it comes back. So gradually, the muscles of your stomach, they come in. By the time you now do your exercises, not necessarily at the gym. Something you could do in your sitting room, even in your room. I couldn't bring my CD because I have a CD that I use. I could show you guys after because of advertisement. You could just slot in your CD in your laptop and that's it. You do that. So what am I saying? Your immune system now, we understand what it is. So everything that you should strive at having every day, what have I done to my immunity today? Because my nurse is coming at night, my repair hormones, to come and ask me that the warehouse should be opened. What do I have in here to nourish you and to repair you? So that's why the clock of the body comes in that I started last week. The clock of the body between the hours of 4 a.m. to 12 noon, elimination time. Your body also has a dustbin that is full. It wants to empty. So that's why when you wake up at 5, 6, the first place you run to the loo, you do the small one and the big one. Some of us. But unfortunately, some people don't do in 2 weeks. And they tell you that my system seals up. When I go outside my home, you are an accident ready to happen anytime. Your colon has problem because there's a lot of go slow in that system. We'll talk about that later. Yes. You could do me a mail, then we'll talk more about that. But what am I saying here? That time is the time that your body wants to eliminate all the things that it had helped you to gather together into the dustbin. Where women, you have your kitchen. You have the garbage tied up. But when you wake up in the morning, quickly go and throw it in the big one that Loma will carry at the end of the day. That's the way your body has it too. That's why we say your body has everybody on duty at every point in time. So at that time of 4 a.m. to 12 noon, elimination hormones are the ones on duty. Anti-nurse don't eliminate. Consultant will still come. When is 1 o'clock till 7. That's very long one. That's the energy time. You are very active. What are the things you need to put? That's when your fibers can come in. Which are the roughages that will sweep your colon? That is causing go slow. So some of us now, we say you waste, how will I put it now? That people won't get confused. Okay. They call us.
Let me help you because I want us to direct this forward, especially for the women who are career.
Yes, that's why I want.
So
that's
what
why I brought this.
Because
yes, we'll get to question and answer. Yes.
We have just 10 minutes left.
Yes, we're going to do that. It doesn't take time. Do you know what you need to do now? You will be conscious that I want to move my bowel following morning. How many roughages have I put in there? So you are conscious. So we put it between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. A bowl of salad, a must daily. Salad is not expensive. Carrots, cabbage, lettuce. What is it? Onion and tomatoes. You put it in your fridge. You do it first thing in the morning or late thing at night. In the fridge, when you get to work, put it in your dispenser, fridge or whatever. In the afternoon, that's the fuel for that generator that is working. Because as you are sitting down, your body is working. But when you are starved, but because you have taken that hard agege bread and you are going in the morning, you are sitting down relaxed, and there's no value there. So by the time you take your meal of the day, between 3 and 7 o'clock, you are able to do that. But the anti-nurse that will resume at 7 to 11 is the digestive hormone. Everything you have consumed since morning is now on duty to say, okay, oh, what did they have in the morning? Let me put it here. What did they have in the afternoon? Let me put it here. She will do the digestion. But by the time you get home at 10 o'clock,
and now add again.
I now eat that amala. Some people say I don't eat plenty food. It's just amala fele and this. But it's complete food. You have taken something so big in the afternoon. Then when it's 11 o'clock, when the repair hormones wants to start working, digestion is still going on. So you cannot repair your body. When your fingernails are growing, you don't know. When your hair on your head is growing, you don't know. So today, you ate at 10, 8:39. Repair nurse comes. Hello, can I start work? No. Today, day after tomorrow. Some of us have not repaired our bodies in the last 5 years. Wow. So you carry it. Yeah, because the, repair hormones will start work at 11 o'clock to 4 a.m.
Every single day.
Every day. That's the work that repair hormone does. That's why we say that the Lord has given you a self-healing body. In the outside world, they'll tell you treated flu takes 7 days, untreated one takes 7 days. It's only when you can bear the headache and bear your nose and heaviness and everything. But in natural therapy, what I say, it takes 3 days because I know what I'm going to give to you to boost your immunity for you to get over it very fast. So the cycle of the body is now complete. You are back in the morning. So what repair hormones will help you to gather into the dustbin, you are going to throw it out right in the morning between 4 and the cycle is now very complete. So I've said it already, your vegetables, they nourish you. That's why I brought cabbage now. It's an anti-inflammatory agent. Let's quickly juice this. So please, my viewers, you could just Google cabbage, see what it does for you. I won't be able to explain that now. Your stomach has so many inflammations going on now that you cannot see. But by the time you use your cabbage juice, you're able to do that. Some women have fibroids.
Cabbage juice.
Yes. It's going to give you...
cabbage has a juice.
Yes, it does have juice. That's the power of the extractor that you have. That is not a juicer, but an extractor. If you are those people that are diabetic out there, you want to juice your bitter leaf, you can just put the leaves in there. You are a pregnant woman, they say you are anemic, you need a lot of blood. Instead of those zinc drugs that have some side effects at the end of the day, you could just put your ugu right inside the machine. Wow. And you have ugu juice. And because some people like Moriah would not want to drink my cabbage with me, I brought some carrots so that just for the demonstration, yes, we could just do that. Now, we'll put it together. I'll do them separately so that some people can have a taste of what cabbage will taste like naturally. I think I have enough now. I'll stop that. For the cabbage, that is what you can see. We have, that's the juice.
So what
and
happens
this is
to the roughage?
the roughage, you're supposed to use it. No, you don't throw it away. Nature has not given you anything to waste. Yes. You could also use it for your coleslaw. Now, this is what we've been able to do in the short time we have. That's cabbage juice, 100% pure. No water, no sugar was added into that. Why you could just hold on to this. Please don't sip it yet. Okay. Let's quickly do.
So you use one for coleslaw, the hash?
Yes. Then you put your carrots for your coleslaw too. That's the carrots. So you could do 50-50. When we say to you in a chart that please 50% carrots, 50% cabbage, 50% lettuce, 50% ugu, then with your carrot juice. You can see that the carrot is coming now. That's it. Dry. Don't throw them away. Since you have your fridge and there is NEPA or you generate your own power, you could just, instead of giving your children the pasta empty without value, so just give them this, put fresh one, and that's it. Now you can see. With those other cheaper extractors, you wouldn't get juice from carrot like that. And what you have here, I can actually taste. I don't have time. So this is my roughage. Nice. Ooh. So please have a taste. Yes, please.
While you're doing that, may I take some sweets?
Please take to it. Because of time. Yeah.
Lola says, please, Madam Gali, please respond to your emails. I think they've been trying to reach you. Ola Joshua Adede says, eating garlic in the morning and moringa in the midday won't fill my stomach. Please tell me what I can eat to get bigger. Zainab says, I won't miss this show for anything on Tuesdays.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead, Mom.
Yes, please. Now I have carrot juice. 100% pure natural, no water, no sugar. It was just done here. So what do you want to do now? I'll go back to this glass. Because some people will ask us, when you say 50-50, 75-50, what do you mean by that? From here to here is my 100%. So if I'm doing 50-50, that means if I juice my carrot up to here, I could top it up with my cucumber, my lettuce, my ugu, my bitter leaf, and everything. That means I have a glass of both together. They're vegetables. So after this one now, an hour later, you know, the last time I said it that when you don't put anything in 1 hour or 45 minutes, depending on your metabolism, you are fasting.
Yes.
But some people will ask you,
feel you now.
What happens to you is that because you are used to your tummy stretching, you feel you are not satisfied. And that's why I said here, what is the meaning of sickness? Deficiency and toxicity. If you are deficient in some nutrients, you are going to be sick.
Yes.
If you have so much toxin in your system, you are going to have issues. Yes,
have a
please.
call.
Okay.
Taiwo, are you there?
Oh, yes.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead. 5 seconds.
I'm a first caller.
Hey. Welcome. Yes.
Thank you. In fact, I've been watching Madam Garlic. In fact, I love the woman. Since last week, I watched her program.
Yes.
I've been on Garlic.
Any results? Any results? Any results?
Very, very beautiful results.
Can you tell me one quickly?
In fact, my tummy has gone down.
Gradually.
And every morning, each time I want to, I
do the big job.
Easy.
Yes.
Very, very big job on me.
So you don't no longer go to... Yes, please.
Man.
Go ahead.
Normally, you go to the delivery room, but now you go to the loo.
Go ahead. Why?
Yeah, I want to ask Madam.
Yes, please.
Please, that moringa.
Yes.
I haven't got that.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I can reach you on the line.
Yes, they will tweet my email address to you and my phone number so we could talk.
No problem.
That will be fine. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Continue.
All right. Okay.
So the issue I'll say was that you're saying that the tummies are really straight. That's why this doesn't fill us up.
Yes.
Yeah, it will fill you up. But what your body needs that you're shaking when you're hungry. Let me also say this to you. When your body is shaking, you're hungry, you're low on some nutrients. If you look at what they say about cancer, they don't know the cause. It's just malnutrition. Some of your cells in there, they'll be malnourished for years.
Jesus.
And those cells will now glue together, become tumor, and become cancerous. That's why there's no solution now. And that's why natural therapy is saying to that. Don't wait for the cure, because there's no cure. Radiotherapy and chemotherapy kills you faster. But by the time you start taking your carrot juice, 3 glasses every day, they know body infection in that Question. Because every glass of carrot juice is poisonous to the cells in your body.
Hey, one last call.
I love
Are you
you.
there?
Hello.
Hello, yes, ma.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Obi.
I'm interested in this topic.
We all of us are. Go ahead.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said moringa leaf.
Yes.
Moringa seed. Can I blend moringa seed?
Moringa seed. Moringa seed, I don't advise you to take it more than once in 6 months because it's a detoxifier. It does not nourish your body. It is the leaf that does you good. The fresh leaf, if you have the fresh leaf, bring it out, cut it into pieces. When you finish cooking your vegetable, you turn off your gas, then you pour the vegetable fresh. Don't eat it up.
Okay.
If you want to put it in your salad, just chop it like you're chopping your lettuce because it's green.
All right.
Then you spread it over.
Wow.
But the dry one that we have here, you put it inside room temperature water, not hot water, please. So that you can have all the enzymes released to you naturally. You're not going to see better than they say, Omoto law school to go do try. Somebody didn't show up. And you're
So it's wrong to put the hot water.
no, please don't put in hot water. You see,
Imagine.
that's what we're saying, that education goes a long way. Some people have done it into tea to be convenient for them, which is good. But there's some teas that they're like infusions that you could put inside hot water. I won't mention brand names here, but when you mail me, I could give you to you. You don't need sugar, you don't need milk. Like my passion tea that I take, for instance, my chamomile tea.
I love this.
Yes, and the taste is really nice. I have strawberry, raspberry that you could take without sugar. Those are really healthy for you. But if you want to do your moringa, I want to beg you, please don't put moringa. Don't humiliate my moringa inside your hot water. Put moringa inside room temperature water.
Well, what we do, we sprinkle moringa on, for instance, rice.
Awesome.
Pasta. We sprinkle it
because you
on
are ready
it
to
and we
eat.
it.
That's right.
Okay.
But some people can't stand the taste of my
the
moringa.
moringa.
Some
It doesn't
people
have
put
taste.
Yeah. Well, that's what you feel. Some people's taste buds are horrible.
very sharp.
No, very sharp,
Yeah,
and they need
what's
sugar.
carrot?
Please go ahead. So what are we saying now? Let me also say to you at this time that please, when you want to have your fibers, leave your stomach till 12 o'clock.
Okay.
When elimination is completed. Don't let the nurse start having a problem with the way it's going to digest your carrot for you. So after 12, you
now
could
eat your
chew.
meal.
That's when your colon is open, you are ready to move for the day, then metabolism is faster. But when we are waking up, we are washing.
So we should just be doing liquid.
We do liquids. That's what happens in the morning. Then because you are already used to shaking, when you are hungry, you are low on nutrients. By the time you have a glass of my carrot juice, nature has kept everything in bits and pieces. You could Google it and see what you have in your carrot.
Wow.
And by the time you take the glass of carrot, you are calm. You are no longer shaky.
So no breakfast.
Excuse me, you've taken breakfast.
That's correct.
I take about 4 or 5 breakfasts before 12 noon sometimes.
Wow. But
So
it's
that's
all
what we're
liquid.
saying. It is all liquid that is assimilated.
We just have a minute left.
That's right,
A
we need to
don't
go.
have- Can you take one or two? Quick, to hurry up.
Please make Mariah drink that cabbage juice.
I'm going to make a cocktail. We'll make some with pineapple juice. We'll make some with carrot juice. That will be offset, actually. But I wanted somebody to taste. Mariah, please taste this. Because you love carrots. You've
Carrots,
been chewing
just rather give
carrots.
you things.
Please take that. I won't give you my pineapple today.
Exactly.
That's it.
See how my
Hey.
But that's not cabbage, you just
Yes, that's it.
I don't like the idea of juicing vegetables. I just don't like that
Mariah,
idea.
your
It actually
taste
tastes
bud.
good. It tastes good, actually. Let me say it.
You want to confess?
It tastes good.
By the time you do this for 2 weeks, your taste bud will be used to this.
Of course.
So you won't be able to go to the other side. That's the same thing with
On
habits.
that note, we close the show.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. You're
You know
welcome.
what? I think we'll be meeting you every Tuesday.
Yes, they want to see you every Tuesday.
They want to see you every Tuesday.
They want to see you every Tuesday.
You can make it.
I have another program I record on Tuesdays.
But we'll try.
Okay. We'll try and work something out, actually.
Right?
Yes, we'll see.
Thank you very much for watching the program.
Thank
You can
you.
watch a repeat broadcast at 11:30 p.m. tonight. Also, you can check us on YouTube by going to YouTube/TVC Entertainment and look for your view. Don't forget, please, Ebola virus is deadly and it is real. It has no cure. Maintaining a high level of personal hygiene and cleanliness is the key to avoiding the disease. Wash your hands regularly and stay vigilant. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.